particularly coming from your background, my advice to you is require that your children play more than you think they should. What you want to do is you want to be as weird and unexpected as you possibly can. And I'd say don't aim to be the best, aim to be the only.
前段时间，中信出版社帮我安排了一次跟被称为互联网思想之父的凯文·凯利对谈的机会。在对谈中，我们讨论了他的新书《2049未来1万天的可能》里面的观点。在书里，他详细描述了 AI 会如何颠覆教育。既然他思考了 AI 时代的教育，那我就必须抓住这个机会请教一下，因为我有2个孩子，一个2岁半，一个半岁。我非常清楚，过去的教育方式在 AI 时代肯定行不通，但我不知道应该怎么教育。所以在对谈中，我让他给我这种孩子还小的家长一些建议。另一方面，我知道还有很多家长的孩子已经是高中、大学、研究生或者刚工作的年轻人。事实上，中国每年都会有超过1000万的年轻人毕业。我听说很多这样的年轻人面对 AI 时代都很焦虑，所以我也借着这个机会让凯文·凯利给这样的年轻人一些建议。那接下来就是我们对谈中的相关内容的片段。Okay, the next question is about education. I have 2 kids. One is 2.5 years old, and the other one is half years old. I have no idea what to teach them, or what skills they should develop for them to survive in the AI era. So, what kind of advice would you give to parents like me?
For the formative years, I don't think technology is very important. What you're doing, I don't think you're even giving them knowledge. It's about developing their character. It's about instilling values, habits, values like honesty, hard work, trust, things like that. That's what the main job is in the beginning. Even through elementary school, it's really not about learning facts. It's about learning and developing your character, learning values. And a lot of those values are your values, so you're going to want to transmit your values to your children. So as they get older, then thinking skills become more important. So like, by the time you're in middle school and high school, then you're concerned about skills. And I think the way I summarize it is that, with the advent of technology, AI, teaching kids answers or how to answer questions is not that important anymore. Because if you want to answer, you ask an AI. But you want to teach kids how to ask questions. Learning how to ask a good question, learning how to evaluate an answer that an AI gives you, learning how to estimate, learning critical thinking, how to tell whether something's true, learning how to question authority. Those are some of the skills that you're teaching. It's not about studying for a professional thing. I do not recommend that because when you graduate, the job that you will have 2 years later won't even exist. I mean, it's like we're just going to be inventing new jobs. So you don't need to study for a particular occupation. I think there's only one meta skill that you need to have when you graduate high school or college, and that is the skill of being able to learn. And you actually want to optimize your own ability to learn you want to optimize your own learning because everybody learns a little differently. And what you want to do when you graduate from school, you want to know exactly how you learn best, how you learn languages best, how you learn physical sports best, how you learn intellectual things. You want to know how you learn the best, and you want to be practiced and trained and tested so that when you graduate, I know how to learn because that's all you're going to be doing for the rest of your life.
Oh, okay. The
Learning.
skills to learning. Okay.
That's the skill that you want to graduate is how do I optimize my ability to learn? Nothing else matters. It doesn't matter what you know. It matters how well you can learn. And I think individual paced learning with AI tutors alongside humans will become very, very important. When your kids are young, you want to let them play as much as possible, and you want to let them figure out how to learn things, and you want to increase their ability to learn. And it doesn't matter what they know, because that doesn't matter. It matters, are they able to learn?
So the knowledge per se is not that important. The skills to learn is more important.
There is some minimum amount of knowledge that we need, you need to know how to read. You probably need to know basic arithmetic. You probably need to know how to turn on the AI and talk to the AI. There are going to be some basic skills and a minimum amount, but I think it's pretty minimal. I don't think it's a big step. I don't think you need to go to cram school. I
I
think
see.
much better than a cram school or a tutor is play. I think, particularly coming from your background, my advice to you is require that your children play more than you think they should. Your tendency is going to make them study. I know. You want them to be
Right.
really good. And so that doesn't matter. It matters that they learn how to play.
That's good advice. And also, there will be 14 college graduates every year for the next 10 years in China. A lot of them are very anxious about AI because they are brought up in the non-AI era, and they're educated in the era where AI does not even exist, right? So they're facing this very challenging situation. So what kind of advice would you give them?
What you want to do is you want to be as weird and unexpected as you possibly can because you don't want AI. If you're predictable, then you can be replaced by AI. If you're not predictable, you can't be
Uh-huh.
replaced. So you want to be as unpredictable as possible. That thing that made you weird as a kid, you want to go back to that. And as an adult, you want to go back to the thing that made you weird as a kid because you want to be as unpredictable as possible. Because the more predictable you are, the more replaceable you are.
So do predictable stuff.
Have
Do
unpredictable ideas, have
I see.
unpredictable views, have an unpredictable question. The thing about AIs is that they're average. They're trained and they generate average things. And they're very, very good and very, very deep. But
Yeah.
they're not very good at something that's weird and very, very different. And so that's your protection from AI is being as weird and different as you can be and still be useful.
That's very good advice. That's the first time I hear this kind of advice.
Another way of saying that is that there's a tendency for overachieving people, like I'm sure you are,
Uh-huh.
to try to be the best at something. And I say, don't aim to be the best. Aim to be the only. If you're the best, that means there's a number one, number two, number three. And
Yeah.
that's a very narrow thing. Aim to be the only one doing it. Aim to be the only one who cares. Aim to be the only one who knows how. Aim to be the only one who's doing this. Don't try to be the
Oh,
best of something. Try to be the only.
So differentiate yourself.
Right. So category of one. You want to be the category of one. This is true for business too. You want to be the category one. You want to have no competitors because like what you're doing is so weird and different that people don't even have a name for what it is that you're doing. So the
okay.
young person, I would say to a young person, try to be working on something where there's no name, no words for what it is that you're doing. If you
Okay.
if you tell me, "Oh, I'm a VC," it's like you can be replaced by AI. If you say I'm an accountant or I do legal work for import export, whatever it is, I'm the best attorney for this.
I
You can be replaced. You want to be doing something that takes 15 minutes to explain to your parents what it is that you do. That's because there's no words for it. That's where you want to be when you're a young person because that's the only. You're the only. You're not the best of something. You're the only.